In our opening bout tonight, Davarryl Williamson had a great amateur career, starting to make a niche for himself at heavyweight as well. He's taking on heavyweight explosion veteran Harold Sconiers. Both big punchers, Kevin, not great chins as we've seen in the past. So we'll have to see how it works out. Your thoughts on this fight?
Well, both men have trained in higher altitude, so that's definitely out the way. But now the question mark, like you said, Arnie, is the chin. Can both tolerate each other's punching power?
Intriguing matchup. Stay with us. We'll be back with our first bout on heavyweight explosion after these words. Heavyweight Explosion brought to you by Everlast, the choice of champions since 1910. And by the Reno Hilton in Reno, Nevada. Next time you're in Reno, stay at the Hilton.
Of the evening, it is scheduled for 8 rounds. Your referee for this event is Jay Nady. Introducing now the principals first in the red corner to my right, wearing the dark green trunks with the black trim. He weighs in at 210 pounds. His professional record reads 11 victories, 1 defeat. 10 of those 11 victories come by way of knockout. He hails from Denver, Colorado. Here is Davarryl Touch of Sleeve Williamson. His opponent in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with the gold trim. He weighs in at 202 pounds. His professional record, 14 victories, 9 defeats, 2 draws, 9 wins coming by way of knockout. He now boxes out of Clearwater, Florida. Here is Harold Hard Rock Sconiers. 8 rounds, heavyweights.
All right, do you have any instructions? Did you have any questions? I gave you instructions in the dressing room. All right, obey my commands. It's the belly button to the hip bone. Touch gloves now. Let's come out and go to work.
Comes in handy, huh?
It's a lifesaver.
We're looking for a new VP of our Northeast operations. Stop by my office later.
Hey, Kevin, aren't you the VP of Northeast Operations?
Imagine what the Journal could do for you. Get 8 weeks of the Journal for just 38 cents a day, a 50% savings. Call 800-237-4400. That's 800-237-4400.
Every time you buy something, you're taking a chance. Now, beat the odds with Consumer Reports. Let America's #1 test center bring you brand-named ratings and recommendations. Call now. Get 13 issues, including the famous auto issue. Only $26. If not satisfied, cancel and owe nothing. And as a bonus with your paid subscription, you'll get How to Clean Practically Anything, plus the Buying Guide 2002.
Call now, 800-735-4800.
Jesse Reed, veteran trainer out of California, now working with Harold Sconiers, looking to get his career back on track, especially since Sconiers lost his last 4 fights, including a 5th-round knockout loss in his last fight to David Defiaban. Davarryl Williamson only 1 loss on his record, but it was a knockout loss to Willie Chapman in his 4th pro fight. I was back in October of Y2K. Sconiers, a big puncher with a very suspect chin, though.
Williamson, TOS, is known for his punching power. And the one thing definitely here that Williamson hasn't doubt is that Defiaban knocked out Sconiers. And Williamson is going for the knockout because he knows the quicker he gets the knockout, the better he looks.
Well, the thing with Sconiers, we say suspect chin. He's only been stopped 1 time, but on the floor numerous times. Does get up if given the opportunity to recover. Williamson, though, Davarryl Williamson just fought a very tough fight against that big Russian Ivan Kopylov 2 weeks ago, and in spite of the fact that I believe it was a 5th-round stoppage, Kevin, you know, here he is back 2 weeks later in another very tough fight. You think that's a good idea?
Well, I did think it, but, you know, age does make a difference, and sometimes you never know what a fighter's body's like, you know, and sometimes it is good and sometimes it's bad. It's bad if you lose, and it's good if you win. You know what I mean?
Hello. Well, Williamson, of course, we started to touch on this a little bit in the tail of the tape tonight. 33 years of age, started his pro career in the year 2000 at 32 years of age. That was with a 1st-round knockout over Paul Dowdy in June of Y2K.
Major thing that
has a master's degree, incidentally.
Wow,
and a lot of people say, why are you fighting? It's just something that he wanted to follow through on, came very close to making the Olympic team.
Look, Vladimir and Vitaly both have their PhDs in their fight. So, I mean, just because you're smart don't mean you can't box.
There are easier ways to make a living, as we both know. Sconier eating some good shots in close here. Still a minute to go here in the first.
The major thing I see with Williamson sometimes, he loses composure when he throws his shots. The chin happens to be in the air once in a blue moon. But other than that, you know, we have tremendous punching power. And I think he's trying to capitalize on his punching power for taking Sconiers out early. But he's got to find his rhythm. He's got a long jab. He's got long arms. He's taller than Sconier. He should utilize his jab. And everything come behind his jab.
Well, he doesn't want Sconier to go into the later rounds because that's where Sconiers is going to hurt him. Davarryl Williamson has never been past 4. And the only time he got into the 4th round, he got stopped by Willie Chapman. This fight goes more than the halfway mark. It's definitely going to be in favor of Harold Sconier, who just landed a nice short left hook on the inside. One jab, though, not going to do it. For Davarryl, big right over the top by Sconier.
Yeah, it didn't land. It was kind of a grazing shot. But TOS, I want to see some work here.
Oh, and down goes Sconier at the end of the first.
As soon as I said
Jay Nady doing the counting here, and we told you he goes down early, trying to make his way to his feet. This fight's not going to... It's over. Just at the end of the first round, Davarryl Williamson.
Touch of sleep. There it goes.
Lands a right hand. Harold Sconier just starting to come on, having a very good 30 seconds at the end of the first round. And just as we're signing out at the end of the round, as Davarryl Williamson comes over to console Sconier. And we said suspect chin, Kevin.
Well, nobody's suspect when the TOS hits you. You know, he has a great right hand. He has a great right hand.
Well, we're going to take a look at it right here. First round coming to an end. There's that right hand right off the jab, right on the button, and down goes Sconier, and he just couldn't get his legs back.
Well, he dropped his hands. You see, every time Sconier reaches for his shot, he drops his hands. And that's what happened. He comes over the top, touch TOS. As you see right here, TOS throws a jab, lazy jab, and comes over the top with a right hand.
TOS, of course, stands for touch of sleep, and he certainly had it tonight. Puts away any doubts about whether this was the right move to make, putting him back-to-back tough fights like this.
Well, they can fight again now.
Well,
he's got a knockout early, so
now he's got back-to-back.
Wild waste conditioning.
And that's the 6th straight knockout, the 7th straight knockout win for Davarryl Williamson, who's going to improve to 11-1, 10th win by knockout, dropping down to 14-10-2. Is Harold Sconier, at one time a very promising prospect here on the Explosion.
Yeah,
hard to believe right now, Kevin, that he's lost 5 fights in a row and has now been knocked out twice in a row. But we're going to get the official time of the stoppage. Not much time left in that first round for Mark Bureau.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time, 2 minutes, 59 seconds to the first round. The winner by a knockout, Davarryl touch of sleep, Williamson.